Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Stream of Coffeeness.
I'm the writer.
I'm the musician.
Cheers some more.
Oh, cheers, my love.
Clink.
So, last time we talked about everything and nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
But if we talk about everything, it'll take too long. Like infinite time to talk about everything. And if we talk about nothing, it'll be over too fast. So we should just talk about something.
Let's do that. Let's talk about something.
What would you like to talk about?
Little moments of love. And
Big moments of love.
big moments of love, too.
Actually, that's one of my favorite songs by Art of Noise, Moments of Love.
Really?
Moments in Love.
Oh,
Really
I want
good.
to hear that. I want to hear that with you.
That's a really good one.
Today, do you want to listen to it sometime
I
today?
have it on vinyl.
Oh, I have heard it then. I think when we were at the cabin.
Yes.
And we were listening to all those records for days. It was amazing. In the little Alice in Wonderland cabin.
That floor. That was the craziest floor. I at first felt like I was tripping, and I literally then was tripping because I would walk and lean over and try to lean back, and then it would go the other way.
It messed with the equilibrium. To go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I was like, oh my God. Am I gonna make it to the toilet? And then when I sit there, am I gonna fall off?
Yeah, every moment was a little journey. Just trying to get from the couch to the fireplace was like a little hill, and then a decline, and then a turn to the left.
And to think that a house could be like that, it was but really subtly, you can barely notice it, but it is there. It was
You say barely notice. When I first walked in, it looked like Escher drew it. It was defying gravity. Is that the floor or is that a wall?
I love
Wait a minute.
Escher. That's the perfect description for this little crazy cabin. Yeah, it was like Escher.
And they had a record player and some records. And then I brought my own records.
Oh, we had so much music there. And then listening to the ones that, we've never heard before. They had I was surprised they had some good tracks there.
Yeah.
Wow. I have it all written down somewhere. All the ones that I loved.
Oh, that's cool.
Right before we left, do you remember I was sitting there writing everything down? Oh, I don't know if you knew that's what I was writing, but that is what I was writing.
I think it was even funny to me. I think you were writing down some of the ones that are in my collection, and I'm like, they're right there.
That's right. Yep.
You don't need to remember them. I have them. I have them forever.
So today is my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
It's my hearthday, actually.
If you ever go to the Dollar Tree and you get a happy birthday sign, buyer beware. Because when someone's not paying attention, instead of a B, they put an H.
So it's Happy Hearthday when you hang it up. Oh. So it's my birthday. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, my love.
I love coffee.
Oh, yes. And coffee loves you.
Thank you, coffee, for all you give me.
And I love coffee. I love you. It's like
I love you, Eric.
it's like we have an open relationship with coffee.
We do. A very open relationship where every morning.
I feel compersion with the happiness that the coffee's giving you. I like to watch.
I like to watch you, Eric, with your coffee. And I like to listen to your delicious radio voice.
It was pirate radio.
Back in your 20s.
So my radio voice would be like, this, arr! No.
Wait, really?
No.
Was it
It's not that
really?
kind of pirate.
Oh.
And I did college radio and pirate radio and some, whatever I could do, really.
Why do they call it pirate radio?
Because it's illegal.
Oh, right on.
So it's, you have to get licensing to get your bandwidth and your towers and have communications to FCC. So like it's actually federal level FCC violations to put broadcasts out into the airwaves that are not commissioned by the Federal Communications Commission, FCC. So it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
However, then it also doesn't make that much sense because, like, everything, why would you need a permit to play music, or why would you need permission to something, to express yourself somehow artistically? Like, why would you need permission or
or some legal document that says you can do it?
Yeah. That you can share music with the community somehow. It all then fades away when you start to think about it in some more idealistic or whatever terms. But no, it's
Eric the pirate.
It's illegal. So pirate radio, they get their tower because they want to do radio and they don't want to get all the documents and pay all the money and do all the things. And next thing you know, you're broadcasting. And while we were doing it, the feds came, the black suits people came to our door and said, we know you're doing pirate radio. We've triangulated. We've found you. And we just wouldn't answer any of their questions. And we said nothing and sort of told them to go away. They'd left some documents, but we moved the transmitter and just kept going.
That's what you got to do. Just keep going.
Pirate radio is fun because then you don't have to have commercials. And well, now it doesn't matter. Now people just Twitch and stream and,
Yeah.
The internet's sort of this free.
So different. Yeah.
Free, it's not pirate when you're on the internet. You're just doing it.
But that was 90s, right?
Yeah, somehow, FCC controlled the airwaves.
What was that? Oh, we're talking about something, right?
We are talking about something. We're definitely not talking about nothing. And again, if we talk about everything, it's going to take way too long. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And at many times throughout this conversation, we might do all of it. Talk about nothing. Talk about something. Talk about everything.
Well, talking about nothing leaves an empty space. What happens is there's a likelihood, or at least a capacity for that empty space to be filled with something. So that's a perfect frame. Talking about nothing is a perfect frame for talking about something because
Winnie the Pooh would agree.
Fill in the silence.
Know it. Yeah.
Who's this character?
Winnie the Pooh.
Named Pooh.
Would understand.
I'm like,
I know why did they name him Winnie the Pooh? Pooh.
Well, Pooh Bear. But I don't know what a Pooh Bear is. I know what a brown bear is, and I hope they're not the same thing.
Is a Pooh Bear an actual bear name? Like
maybe
besides Winnie the Pooh name, like breed of bears?
Brown bear, black bear, polar bear, Pooh bear.
Are you sure we're going to Google this? Oh, I just looked at our Banksy painting and it says love is the answer.
Love is the answer.
It
And
is.
if you ever find that as a prescription love is not working, you should double the dose.
Absolutely. Dr. Eric. Dr. Pirate Eric. Dr. Delicious voice.
This is my radio voice. And this be my pirate voice.
A kiss both.
Pirate radio voice. Arr.
Blow kisses to all of your voices. So the something that I would love to talk about today for my birthday that I've been thinking about for quite some time, for even a few weeks now, is talking about all the things we love in life. All of the little things. Like all of the random things. All of the obvious things. All of the not obvious things. Everything extraordinary. Everything just ordinary. Like anything that comes to mind. I know there's so much, and I love conversations with you, Eric, because I love where our conversations go, and this is definitely an important conversation to me right now. A side note is that my sister right now is dying of cancer, and it might be her last day today of life on this earth. And so that's why I thought this would be a really, really wonderful conversation to have, to remind and get in touch with all those little things in life. Like sometimes living life can be so automatic, and we don't necessarily really let moments affect us. So,
Well, they affect you whether you let them or not.
yeah.
So it comes out somewhere.
I'm talking more in the sense of opening your heart more.
Of course.
To be affected in a way that really touches you. Like even more so than usual. I think that's just the space where I'm at right now.
Well, I love your sister. And
I love
she's
her too.
such a beautiful person with beautiful light. And she has this wonderful glow that shines on all of her friends and family and everybody that she touches. She's really beautiful.
And for everyone, her name is Shelley. My goalie sis. Either Shelley or my goalie sis.
And if you know the reference.
Yeah.
Some people will know the Gully Sis reference.
Goalie sis. It's a scene from Parent Trap.
The original.
The original with Haley Mills.
The original.
And there's this moment where both of them are at camp. They're twins. And they don't even know that the other exists. And one lives in London or something, and the other lives in California, USA or something. And so they're at the same camp, and they're looking at each other, and they're just kind of like, what's up with this girl? What's up with this girl? But they have this moment eventually where they look at each other and say, "Golly, sisters." And then they hug. And that's me and my goalie sis. I always call her my goalie sis. Oh gosh, I got so into that little story. I forgot about life and some of the heavier things involved. It just felt so good to share that story and
Well, you're talking
how
about
I
things you
feel.
love. And you brought up your sister, and I can say I loved how you always called her your golly sis.
Really?
Yeah.
You did? You know that movie too, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Well, it's so special because it'd be hard pressed to find another pair of sisters where one of them calls the other one golly sis.
Yeah, I've never heard of that actually. It's like our thing, like
Right.
our unique like thing.
Even as it comes from pop culture somehow, you make it your own.
Cheers to my golly sis.
Cheers, my love.
It's so creamy. More, it's like chunky cream. Do you know when your coffee gets chunky sometimes? Is that because I haven't taken a sip in a while?
Probably.
But I did take a sip. I don't know where that came
It's
from.
the heavy cream, though.
Oh, yeah, because we do
It says it
heavy
right in the
whipping
title.
cream. Heavy.
Heavy because when they called it chunky cream, it didn't sell as well. So
Yeah.
heavy cream sells better than chunky cream.
Oh, gosh. Definitely sounds better. I want that to be the first thing that I love about life is creamy coffee.
I love lamp.
What movie is that from again?
Anchorman.
Oh, yeah. What's the context again?
They're actually talking about, have you ever been in love? And one of them says, I think I have, but then they say, oh no, well that isn't love. And they're, the other one's, trying to say that they've been in love before, but then the one newscaster who's not very bright just starts naming things in the room. I love floor. I love table. I love lamp. And they ask him, do you really love the lamp or are you just naming things in the room? He goes, I love lamp. I love lamp.
Okay,
Doubles down.
I really love lamp.
And I always love that
Yeah.
quote. Because you said, say anything random
Yeah,
that you love in life. And whenever I think of the most random thing to love,
I love
I love lamp. Until, then, like your daughter plays a band named Lamp for us.
I love lamp.
And they're really good. I like lamp.
You know what else I love? My birthday.
Yeah, how many people have had a birthday? Do you think that's like a common? Do you think there's like 1,000 of those out there? And if somebody opened it up and it said Happy Birthday, did they actually hang it or throw it out and go get a new one?
Do you think they threw it out
Yes.
and got the one that
Oh,
has
yes.
a bee?
People are intolerant of stuff like that. That doesn't become something they put up with. They write the company. You ruined my kid's birthday.
Right? like
Damn
the
you, Dollar
kid that
Tree.
was like trying to learn how to spell and then all of a sudden was like, wait, mama, isn't it like spelled with a B?
Or the kid has a speech impediment. Are you making fun of me?
Yeah, like me when I stuttered as a little girl, B would be harder to say than birthday. Like I'd be like birthday, but with birthday it just comes out really good, easy. With your breath. That's another thing I love about life. I love breath. I love my breath. I love to feel my voice in my breath. I can feel it from my stomach, like coming up through my throat. Even in my esophagus, I feel it. And then I get to say words with my voice, with my breath.
Breathing is an interesting one. You can say that you love breathing, But even if you never said anything about it, everybody loves breathing. Like, that's that's almost inherent with each breath. There's so much love. It's giving life.
It's so generous.
And then you feel like love itself is sort of a breath. Taking love in and love out, and yeah, giving and receiving, like you receive life from the breath, you receive love, self-love, breathing, deep breathing. It's like the most important thing in life, but we take it for granted. Most people don't think about breathing the entire day. They do it all day, but they don't think about it at all. They wouldn't talk about it, think about it. It just happens. And then I'd like to think that in that same respect, love happens like that. And once you become conscious of it, there's a beauty to it. But even unconscious, without trying, without thinking, you're taking in the love, which would be breath and water and food and self-love and self-care. All that love you're taking in, and you give out. And some people, it's really they're cleaning, purifying the air, the water, bringing food, and giving that to people, giving love. And the simple solution is give more love out to the world and see it come back to you.
I love that so much. I experience it all the time like that. Like at the flower shop. I work at a flower shop. And yesterday was really, I think that's why that day was so magical, was because my intention was so strong on just giving love in any way, whether it was through creating a flower bouquet for somebody, collaborating with them, walking around, picking flowers, or even a conversation, And then I just noticed it just kept getting bigger and bigger, like the moment expands and turns into another thing, and another thing sparks that.